All right, what has happened, guys? Let's get into what I'm kind of looking for coming into today. We'll start with EU. So on EU, on the 4 hour, we're kind of getting the reaction I wanted, which is really, really good. So I do want to continue to buy. I don't think any of this is going to hold. Like I said, we're coming out of this point. We have broken structure. We have internally broke on the 4 hour as well. And I just don't think this holds enough weight in price to push us back down. We have built a lot of liquidity to the downside, but I'm not going to worry about it until I kind of see it as valid, which will either be the take of this high or the take of this high. So I just want to keep kind of buying through this. And now on the 4 hour, like I said, we've kind of broken, pulled back down, respected, and then really started to push up. I'm more viewing this as just a smart money trap. If you jump on the hourly, it's kind of giving us that reaction out of this point now. It's taken borderline trend line through here. The only option I really have coming into today is I want it to slowly make its way down, come and take this low here, which will give us a inducement into mitigation of this point here and break and retest, and then buy off of that. So I just need the slow movement through here, and then I'm looking to take that with the liquidity built up. I don't want to sell. Personally, I just don't think it's valid where we currently are. You would basically have to do it where it is now, and I just don't see it as likely. You'd have to treat this as a smart money trap and kind of look to get in now 30 minutes before open. I just don't see it as likely. So buyers off of this point is the go for today. Now GU, more or less having the same thing. We are in a point that does hold weight. It did have a pullback. This is a complex pullback by the looks of it. If you jump on the hourly, we are getting a really good reaction. This does hold weight, considering it did create a structure cycle and did induce upon the mitigation of this area. I just don't think it will hold. On the 4 hour, this is just random retest. So I want to push through it. In terms of areas to get in this, we don't have much to actually work with on GU. What I'd kind of be looking at is the take of this low, which we've borderline done now, pushing up and taking this to then sell down to this area in here to then buy up. I don't mind that. That'll generate enough liquidity. We've got no liquidity to target at the moment. This can partially sell, so I am open to it off of the take of this to kind of get that through there and the liquidity here to come into this point. But I'll obviously need that to develop before I even apply that. We did have the take of liquidity here, so this is a valid supply, and then we've obviously got that retest that sits in here. So I kind of want to buy off of that low into the inducement into mitigation of this area here. Until we get there, I'm okay to sell. Given that this point does hold value, we will just need to see it induce something, which would be this point here, demand to supply. And if you look on the 5 minute, this more or less mitigated this area and induced up there anyway. So I just want to see this pull up, inducement of that area, and then sell back down. But it's likely that we just come down here and buy. So buys are the way to go. AU, it's in a valid area to sell. It's made its way up on the complex pullback to this point. I just don't like it. Take of retest and push out, internal break, slow retracement up, inducement into mitigation of that top point. I just don't like it. In order to sell this, you would need basically that induced to then sell through that, which is an option. Like I said, I just don't like it. This is the inducement low, and I believe coming into this area that's in line with this, it can still push up. So you really need this area here to act as a smart money trap, and the only way that'll happen is if it comes into here and gives you something like that, and then have some liquidity to trade through. I would rather buy. I just don't see an area to buy from. A is kind of off limits for me today. We're getting straight ranges with straight pullbacks, And this does make sense to sell and come to this point. So we can sell, come to this point and push back up. So until we take the Asia lows, I am open to selling. It's just very unlikely it'll play ball. Like I said, I'll need it to basically come and induce that break and retest we've created. So I'll set an alert. I am open to it. And it'll look something like this. Obviously, EU and GU need to play ball as well. But I am open to that. I just don't. It's not looking likely. DXY makes sense to actually retrace up. We've now come in and taken this internal point here. Like I said, we're at the indecision point on the DXY. Are we going to push higher or are we going to push lower? I think higher makes the most sense. We've now brought in the most sellers, so it makes sense to buy, which means the other pairs will make sense to sell. But understanding that we can get something like that, or take this high, sell through and flush through, take some of this liquidity and then buy up later. So the DXY is not helping things when it's like this at all. It basically makes it null and void to actually use it as a confluence. So we'll just have to see how we kind of go. Just remember, on every pair we are externally bullish. Like I said, we have internally broken. We have retested this area and it hasn't confirmed it yet. Inducement into mitigation of recent point, which did break through the low. Will it hold? Will it not hold? It's built up a lot of liquidity to put the low on EU. So it definitely can sell. I just don't know where I would necessarily get in and sell here. Like I said, GU and AU make the most sense to sell. So I would rather use those two pairs rather than EU. But I'm okay to buy EU and GU at their respective points. So we'll see how we go. Any questions, let me know. Going live with the premium group today as well. Let's finish off this week, last week of Feb, and then move on to the next one. So I will see you guys in the live in the premium. If not, I'll see you guys in the Telegram and the free Discord. And let's have a good trading day.